Well, the best performance car over $60,000 category in this year's Drive Car of the Year awards is unique in the fact that it does not have a carryover champion. The Porsche Cayman GTS won last year's award, but an updated model does not arrive in showrooms for another couple of months. So what we have here is 4 all-new contenders, and what a mixed bag of sports cars it is. Starting with a $100,000 BMW M2 and going all the way to a genuine supercar, the $400,000 Audi R8. And in between is a German muscle car, the AMG C63 S Coupe, and the king of sports cars, the Porsche 911. Well, all 4 of these cars are impressive in their own unique ways, but there is only one way to decide. Let the fun begin. The R8 is a genuine supercar thanks to its mid-mounted engine layout and strict 2-seater cabin. But don't think it's a backbreaker or difficult to live with in any way, as the Audi is comfortable out on the open road, has decent vision and enough storage for a couple of day bags. The 5.2 litre V10 engine and 7-speed dual clutch transmission get along with each other beautifully, and the steering is light and responsive. Put simply, your grandmother could easily drive this car. It's not intimidating at all. That is, until you unleash its full potential. And then the R8 is absolutely ballistic. It's the most powerful car in this quartet, with 449 kilowatts, and the fastest too, covering the sprint to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3.2 seconds. But this example does cost $450,000, which ultimately didn't help its causes. The Mercedes AMG C63 S Coupe is an altogether different kind of animal, and what an animal it is. With 375 kilowatts of twin turbo-fed V8 pumping out through its widened rear end, the German Coupe is a genuine muscle car. Without its electronic safety net, it is an absolute handful to drive. But for those that enjoy the challenge, it is also an absolute blast. The engine is a real highlight, packed full of power and with all the character of a brilliant old school V8, all the while achieving outstanding fuel consumption for its performance. The C63 also looks menacing, and at $162,000 appears pretty good value in this company. The only real gripe the judges had is the suspension is fairly stiff out on the open road. The BMW M2 had a mountain to climb in this class to overcome some serious machinery. But despite it being the most affordable and the least powerful in this quartet, it put up a giant killing display to finish second, narrowly missing out on the top spot by just a single point. It did so thanks to its back-to-back philosophy and one-eyed focus on driving enjoyment. It is a cracking car in any situation, comfortable and secure out on the road, and thrilling and engaging if you get it out onto the racetrack. At just under $100,000, it is more accessible than its rivals, but consequently doesn't feel as special on the inside. Now this was the toughest category in Drive Car of the Year 2016. All 4 are brilliant sports cars, but the 911 still remains the king of the crop. And for good reason. It might be just a mid-cycle upgrade to the current 991 series, but it is no less significant as it introduces a new era of turbocharged engines across the entire 911 range. Unlike the Boxster, it still retains a 6-cylinder layout, and for that it has all the character of 911s in the past in terms of how it sounds and how it performs. But what turbocharging does is accelerate all the best bits of a 911 to lower in the rev range. And you know what that does? It makes the 911 even faster. And as a performance car, You simply can't argue with that. The rest of the package, as it has done for generations of 911s, remains exceptional. Despite its rear engine layout and having more weight over the back with a turbocharged engine, this car remains a mind bender in the way that it just changes the laws of physics. It shouldn't handle this good, but it is so easy to drive, even up to a point. And on a track day, it makes even average drivers feel like Lewis Hamilton. This is a genuine sports car, as challenging as it is effortless. And it's the same with all the other elements of the car as well. The PDK, the dual clutch 7-speed transmission, is undoubtedly the best in the business. It is smooth and sublime when you're just cruising around like this, but also really intuitive. In fact, you don't even have to switch it to sport mode. It knows when you're about to have fun or when you're having fun. It blips the throttle on the down changes, cracks through them when you're on full throttle. It is simply mind-bending how good this gearbox is. The quality of the ride on this thing is sublime. It's even better than some limousines in the way that it handles bumps. The steering is beautifully linear and has plenty of feedback to it. And the cabin, while this one's big, bold and red and may only suit some, has that customizable element of a Porsche that, again, brings it into the genuine luxury territory. These four are all very different cars and impress the judges in very different ways, but ultimately they have to be judged against the Drive Car of the Year criteria. In the end, this was the toughest of our 15 category contests. None of the 6 judges voted for these 4 cars in exactly the same order. In the end, the Porsche 911 is still the king of sports cars.